Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Shark PX200UKT Spot Cleaner. And what I want to do today is to show you around the Spot Cleaner, some of the features and benefits that it offers. Then I want to give you a couple of demonstrations to see actually how well it works and performs. So, let's have a look. We've got a little book of instructions. It's not too much to it, to be honest. I thought it might be a bit thicker than that, but I'm sure there's not too much to educate yourself on to enable you to use it. So there's quite a few tools that this comes with. I'll cover all of these tools in a moment as to what they are and what they do. Okay, and what's the next one we've got? So this looks like one of the tanks. So I always like to just get everything unboxed first and then start to have a look afterwards. Now, something I do comment on quite a lot in my videos, so if you follow me on YouTube for a while, is the packaging that the product arrives in. I must say, with Shark products, over the last couple of years, I've been really impressed. You'll see a lot of this is just paper and cardboard, so pretty much all of it is recyclable, which personally I think is a really good idea. Let's take these bits out the side. Yeah, I know number one priority for the manufacturer is to make sure that everything arrives safely. Last thing you want to do is to use some kind of recyclable packaging and then you find it doesn't, the product's arriving damaged. That's not worth it. Yeah, that's gonna be quite counterintuitive for them. But really, Shark have proven that they can do it. So personally, I think other manufacturers should follow suit. Here we are. Took a little bit of wiggling to get that one out. Right. So here we go. So this is the main cleaner itself. Looks quite good actually. Nice little handle on top. So I think what I want to do is I'm just going to get the packaging put to one side, then we can start to have a look at the cleaner. Now, what is a spot cleaner? Now, a spot cleaner can be really good for smaller cleaning duties. And something like a small accident or a spillage is ideal to use a spot cleaner rather than having to get the main machine out and clean it all up. It's 3.8 kilograms in weight, and you've got a handle in the middle here, makes it easy to carry around. You've got the cord on the side here, so that's around 4.5 meters in length, which for a cleaner like this is actually a really good length. Nothing worse than having a really short mains cable, and especially if you think you need to use an extension lead, which could be quite frustrating. You have got the cable tidy on the side here, so once it's all unravelled, then at least you can just wrap it around here. The cleaning hose itself, it's a transparent hose, so at least if there is any blockage, which there shouldn't be, but if you do get a blockage, at least you can see where it is. You've got the clean water tank on the front. This one has a capacity of 1.25 litres. And to take this off, what you need to do is just take that off, and then to empty it, so if you decided you needed to empty it, then just unscrew that, and that's where you fill it up as well, obviously. You've got just pop that to the side. This is where you put the solution in, and depending on what you wanted to clean, I'm not going to go into too much detail about all the different types of stain removers, but this is where you put the solution in here. Again, just unscrew that, pop the solution in, and then once you've done that, just pop that on top there, and then that one just goes back in like that. As we turn it round, as you go around to the back, then this is where the dirty water is stored, and this one is always going to be a slightly smaller tank. This is only 720 millilitres, and again you've got a carrying handle on top, which personally I really love that. There's never going to be a huge amount of weight to this, especially as it's the smaller tank of the two. But I really like it that Shark have thought to put a handle on here. Just makes life a bit easier when it comes to emptying it. And the good thing about these, as part of the handle, if you just try and pull that for the lid to come off, it won't work. You have to push the handle all the way that way, and then you can pull that off, and then just go and empty the water and give it a good clean. Now, as far as cleaning, I'm not going to go to too much detail about the whole cleaning process of the machine, but clearly there's going to be a lot of water around here, so you can just go and I suppose give it a really good wash, when you've used it, I always recommend emptying the dirty water tank. At least just give it a quick rinse through, and this top part as well, just give it a quick rinse under cold or either warm water, doesn't really matter. And personally I'd recommend just leaving the top off just to dry, because if you don't, and if it's wet inside, then over time then it could start to smell. But when it comes to putting it back together, just pop that on like that, then you're ready to go. So when it comes to the tools and accessories, the first one is this that's actually attached to the vacuum. This is what they class as the crevice tool, and you just got a little brush at the end here, and I suppose the same as any crevice tool on any vacuum cleaner. This is ideal for really small areas. So if there's just I suppose a tiny stain that you've got on your carpet, then something like that is ideal to use. Next one is this. This is the tough stain hand tool, and with this one, it's I suppose it's an in-between tool. So if you have got a spillage that you've had, then this is probably one of the better ones to use. You've also got two brushes, so you've got two tools in this one. You've got the stiff bristles on that side, and if you pull that off, switch it over, then that just clips on like that. So depending on, that's it. So it just clips on like that. And depending on what stain you've got, if you, and again, it depends partly on the stain you've got, but also the surface that you're trying to get the stain or spillage up from, then one of those will be ideal for you. Next one you've got is the wide tough stain tool, and similar principle where you just unclip it if you want to, and then just clip it back on there like that. I really like how well these are designed, and with any of these tools they will just slot on like this, so ever so easy. And I'm really pleased that what they do is they actually keep the crevice tool on there, so it just saves you having to take that off and then put something else on. When it comes to removing the tool, you just press that and it comes off. Now the next one, which is quite an interesting tool, is called the pet stain trapping tool, and as it says, it will trap pet stains. So if your animal has had a mess on the carpet, the last thing you want to do is to, when you're using this, is to get all the mess within the whole of the vacuum, because that's going to be a lot to clean afterwards and it's quite a messy job. Whereas with this, with the pet stain trapping tool, in theory, and I'll be honest, I've not tried it, but in theory what it should do is to keep everything in here, and then it just means you've got to clean that, which is ever so easy. So you've got just a lock on the side, so just twist that, that comes off. You've got a filter in here as well, but you know what, I really like that. Now there are several versions of this cleaner. So this one I'm talking about is the PX200UKT. Now there are, as I say, other versions. There's a UK model. If you're watching this video thinking you're going to get all of these tools with all of the cleaners of the PX200 range, then you don't. So just have a quick check on the specification on the website or in the showroom that you're looking at to make sure that the tools that are included are the ones that you want. Now there is a lot of specification that I can keep talking about within the cleaner, but I think really the proof is going to be in the pudding, and I want to give you a couple of demonstrations now. The first one is this. Now I know this is my cup of coffee. When I record these videos, often I'll come in quite early before we open a showroom. So at the moment it's around 7 AM. It's quite an early one, which is why I need my cup of coffee. But I've got, well, I'm not going to tip it, but I've got around, well, it's around half a cup in here. So I'm actually going to sacrifice my coffee, which is quite rare. I'm going to sacrifice it, not literally sacrifice it, but I'm going to pour it onto the carpet, and then I'm going to see how well it will suck it up. And the next one is this. This is some burger sauce. This is something the kids really like. Whenever we make burgers at home, then this is really one of the favourite sauces for that they enjoy, and I must say I'm quite partial to this as well. I'm going to put some of this on a piece of carpet and then see how well it gets it up. I've just put some water into the clean water tank. It's just over halfway, but there is a line at the top here to show you how much water to put in there, or the maximum amount of water. Let's just pop that in there like that. This is my cup of coffee that I'm going to say goodbye to. One last swig. Lovely. Anyway, this is just a piece of carpet. I shouldn't really do it in a showroom carpet, although the carpet itself it's not that new, the blue carpet that we have in the showroom, but I'm just going to pour that on here. There we are. So let's see how well we get on. For this one, I'm going to use the Tough Stain tool, and let's have a go. Just untangle that a little bit. Got the on and off button on the top here, and let's see how well we get on. So purposely, all I've done at the moment is I've just sucked that up, so you can see the amount of liquid in there. There's a lot in there actually. So all I've done is I've just sucked it up at the moment, and then what you can do is you've got the button underneath here, and that's where you want the clean water to come out and then to start to clean the area. So let's have a go at that. I'm actually really impressed with that. I suppose what I should have done is I should have ran the water through it a little bit first, because it did take a moment to get the clean water to come through to the actual head of the cleaner. But you know, overall, what I did is I made sure that any of the water coming up was clear, and that's a good thing about having a clear head here, that when it comes to actually seeing the water that's coming up or seeing any of the dirt, then you can see whether it's clean or dirty. As I say, the different types of heads, so I actually use that one at the bottom here. But what I want to do now is I'm going to move to the other end of the carpet and try the sauce. So fortunately my kids are a little bit older now, they're 14 and 17, but yeah, we don't tend to get many stains like this on a carpet. They're pretty good. I won't say they're perfect by any means. But something like this could happen where you got a stain on the carpet, and well, that's quite a lot of sauce. Perhaps I should have thought about this beforehand, but a couple of things. I suppose you can either leave it like that. Some people, what they'll do is they'll try and get the worst up first, so they'll try and get, say, a kitchen towel or say a cloth and try and get that up. I think all I want to do is I'm just gonna leave it like that. Because I think sometimes if you rub it into the carpet too much, I have had it with things like wine before, where you spill a glass of wine, you try and get a cloth and try and damp it on first, or try and put it on first, try and extract some from the carpet, and it doesn't really work. So I'm just going to try this. I'm actually going to use the same tool, but I think this time, let's switch it round. Let's use the brush on here, see how well we'll get on with this. I suppose with these different tools, it's mainly trial and error. Yeah, you could find that depending on the carpet you've got, it could work better with one or the other, but this is just really a trial for this. So let's see how well we get on. Absolutely brilliant. Now, personally, I'm not a carpet cleaner. I've never cleaned carpets professionally, so I suppose that I'm sure there will be a proper way of doing this to get it clean properly. If you're a carpet cleaner, let me know what I should have done. Is there a better way to do it? Have you experienced something like this and found there's a really good method to use to get something like the sauce up? But as I say, I've cleaned up several spillages over the years, especially with 2 kids, and personally I think that has done a really good job. You could just tell over here that even though it's only what 5-10 minutes ago that I got the first stain up of the coffee, that's already starting to dry nicely. I'll just show you this. This is a combination of my earlier cup of coffee and the sauce, and clearly some of the clean water that I've used to clean those 2 up. But all I'd want to do now is just take that off and just go and empty this and just give it a quick rinse out. If you think of buying one of these models, either the PX200UK or the UKT model, I have provided a couple of links below to show you where to get them at competitive prices. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Shark PX200UKT. That's this model I've been showing you. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad about the video. If there's something that you wanted to watch me use the cleaner for. I know there's loads of demonstrations I could have done. I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration of a couple of spillages because, well, certainly my household, they'd be the 2 main ones. But again, if there's something that you want to know about the cleaner, then just pop it in the comments because I've got this one on display at the moment. Also, if you have got one of these models, let me know what you think about it because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Anyway, I'm off to go and top up my cup of coffee. Thanks for joining me today.